Yo, it's your boy Boogie. We live, man. We back. Another Think Different podcast, man. I'm here with the guys. They just politicking with me. You already know how I'm giving it up, man. Follow us at thnk.dfrnt on Instagram. Think Different on TikTok. Same spelling. Check me out on all our joints. And shout out to the tech man. Unusual Productions. DJ Unusual when he's spinning. Y'all make sure y'all follow him as well. And stay tuned, man. But today's segment is about being humble in your freedom, man. I just wanted to come to the people today and actually say that, put some respect on your freedom, much less your eyelids. I know y'all don't pay attention to that muscle a lot, but put some respect on your eyelid muscles. But back to what I'm saying about the freedom of it. Sometimes when you wake up in the morning, you don't really respect how free you are. You get up, go to the restroom on your own, touch the refrigerator handle, drink a little cold water at your leisure. Shit, go cut the TV on, grab a remote, touch the couch. A lot of that shit got to play potentially in your mindset because you don't really know until your freedom gets snatched from you. And then you start to set in exactly what the protocol is. Because when you sharing a restroom with I ain't gonna cuss right now, but when you sharing a restroom with folk that's taking the number two, you brushing your teeth, washing your face, people showering. You know what I'm saying? It's another level that brings into your thought processing of what you got to deal with. Man, when you sitting behind an actual steel door, yelling under the door to communicate, you start to recognize exactly how much you lost. You know what I'm saying? You can't talk to your kids when you feel like it, your folks when you feel like it. And don't lose a potential major figure on the chessboard. Like I lost my mother while I was gone, so that was like it's like losing the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you kind of look back and you think to yourself, man, I lost the most major figure I could have. Cause guess what? Don't nobody support you more in the time of need based off your freedom than the one that birthed you. And don't let that go over your head. You know what I'm saying? Cause sometimes when I get this message and it's resounding, you know what I mean? The resolution to it might don't register at the time. Let that sink in now so you can respect it later. You know what I'm saying? So, like I just said to you, sometimes you don't put enough respect on the fact that you got the freedom to communicate with the people who love you the most. And you got to remind yourself of that up here. Like, damn, I do got a mama. I do got a daddy. I might got siblings. And you got to put some IE spill on how you handle where you at to be able to tell them every day you love them, hug them, see them at your leisure. Because when they snatch your freedom, because sometimes it'll happen inadvertently, you know what I'm saying? Anything can happen, man. A travesty can happen at any moment. And you got to remember that. You know what I'm saying? So, i.e., when your freedom get took from you and now you control by others, you start to put a small bit of respect on how you lay out what's going to be the foundation of how you're going to handle yourself when you get back to that level. I'm fresh back. Alhamdulillah. You know what I mean? And I'm going to put some spill on the fact that the freedom is something special now more than anything. The reason why, I can wake up and tell my brother I love him. I can tell my father I love him. I lost my mother, but I can tell the rest of the folk who I love them at my leisure. I ain't got to wait for the phone because I don't got no minutes. I ain't got to wait to hug them because they ain't no visit. You feel me? And the reason I'm saying this because sometimes people don't understand that prison is a life inside of life, an actual thing inside of a thing. And you don't really be knowing because you never been. Or you ain't really ready to sacrifice what it take to go there. Because some of us was throwing rocks at that motherfucker. And just in case y'all wasn't or don't know about it, it's something for me to bring to the attention of the people. So sometimes when your freedom gets snatched, you gain the insight like, boy, I just lost a lot of time. Because you don't be knowing what you're going to get sentenced with when you're really standing on business. You might get your wings clipped off your back. You know what I mean? And I'm saying take that literal. Because at the age I was when I got this last sentence, I just remember the judge saying, you'll be back when you're 60, son. How you going to say son and I'm gonna be 60. Them two can't even go in the same sentence. You feel me? And don't let that go over your head. That might have flew right over some of y'all. You feel me? How you gonna have the word son and 60 in the same sentence? You be back at 60, son. So I'm gonna let that register for a second. Anyways, the fact that you gotta be humble and allow yourself to come around the curve of the circumstances that you have subject yourself to, and allow yourself to realize I put myself in danger so much, and I put myself in these critical positions to get clipped regularly, that I'm one of the fortunate ones, because a lot of people ain't. Some people done got enough bids, they ain't never get the chance to live outside. I've been outside more than I've been in. So I have to say, with the enigma of what I'm thinking about mind-wise, I got to realize that, I'm very fortunate. This is what puts in the humble effect, much less what Allah did for me. I got to say that, being humble towards my freedom is another mindset that got to be focused on every day. See, I'm on parole right now. So every day I got to call the 1-800 number to see if I got to take a leak. You heard me? As well as communicate with my PO when I'm ready to go do something. So see, sometimes when you got people that's free and don't pay attention to that, it can change in an instant, just like your hand, white and black. I mean, it could be gone in an instance. And it don't got to be drug related. It could be anything related. It could be a travesty of any type, man. Today, you could have had a feud with somebody that turned into a terrible situation. You could have crashed and killed somebody that could have turned into a situation. Man, you could have drunk water or gave it to a baby in the wrong position, and it turned into a situation. So don't never forget the fact that you humble yourself before what should take place in case the situation change. So you'll be mindful to know when it do clip you, it's official. So don't never forget that part of it. And the reason I'm saying what I'm saying tonight is because I sit back and I idolize, or I sometimes put myself in a state of mind that is reflective of when you start to think about how when you boxed in, you don't get a chance to tell the folk, no, I don't want to do it. You gon' do it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the times when things get stripped from you, i.e. by the powers of other, you sometimes get a chance to reflect. And boy, time will do something to you, especially time by yourself. If you ain't never been to the shoe, that's special housing unit for some of y'all. You ain't never been to the hole, you don't even understand. Imagine being by yourself, with yourself, and understanding self in a little box. And the reason I'm using that as an example is because sometimes we don't be understanding ourselves till we get by ourselves. We got a lot of folks in the world right now that they mind play tricks on, and they outside. And they don't even pay attention to the fact that they free and they mind playing tricks. So imagine being boxed in and got tricks playing. That's a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? So as you start to demograph where you going to go and how you going to see yourself. So as I prioritize what I think is next for me, I go to work. I take care of my being. My business. I congregate with my family, my friends, the people who interject great mindset to me, positive energy, because I'm dealing in my higher self. I definitely ain't dealing in my lower self. I'm in the top 180. And, as you try to bring the circumference together, you start to understand exactly what the humbleness and your freedom is. I'm humble today because, I get a chance to wake up now with a second effort to push forward, to demograph the ideas that I feel are sellable, to go to a job that I network with people I never knew, to put myself in other augmentations that allow me to be like, I understand where I'm at. I had a very vicarious ending to 2025 and a great start to 26. And I'm with some valuable folk. I'm surrounding myself with people who have value as well as I would recommend to you to do the same. It's the value in the mindset, because positive energy creates positive energy. And that's what you're going to have to do necessarily when you humble yourself. See, I bump my forehead on a regular. Unfortunately, everybody ain't Muslim, and there ain't no casualty to y'all. I'm just saying that sometimes when you pray to God for things that you actually want, and I had some real prayer warriors while I was gone who put together these prayers that got what I got now. I.e., I had got clemency, unbeknownst to my own behalf. Shout out to Joe Biden, because he's a certified gangster for that, for putting my name up there anyway. And I'm fresh back, and freedom, is something not to be taken for granted. So I humble myself regularly on a wake up. Not when I get going. I'm talking about when I got out and brushed my teeth with baking soda, man. You know why? Because I be keeping it official with myself on the things that's organic with the world, as well as how when I first use them eyelid muscles, like I said at the beginning of this segment, put some respect on your eyelid muscles. Because a lot of time when you wake up and your eyes blink, you don't even realize that muscle had worked first. You know what I'm saying? Something told you to get up. Allah, let the soul be returned to you during your sleep hours for you to come on back, man. And don't never forget, what God did for you. You know what I'm saying? So this why I say humble yourself in your freedom. A lot of the times we take the freedom so much for granted. I'm talking about you don't be knowing that it could turn in an instance, man. And I'm saying this to say this example. Man, so many famous people locked up. Because you be like, damn, where they at? Life turned in an instance. There's so many unknown people locked up. Where they at? Life turned into instant. So what I'm saying to you is it don't actually be what you're charged with. It's the fact that life took a demographic. And don't forget that the steps are preordained. Sometimes they there for a reason, man. So you can humble yourself. Alright? That freedom gets stripped. You will humble yourself, man. So you could get back and take care of your folk, man. And I'm going to go ahead and round this segment. I'm going to turn the curve right here just to let y'all know. Sore Thumb is the product. We working. We doing whatever we can to make sure we pass along a message. Shop indie brands in 2026 and beyond. And I just want to say this before I let this segment die down, man. Shout out to my man, DJ Unusual, for all the tech work he do. And I want to put some stain on the fact that when you building in your humbleness, you're going to be surrounding yourself with people that got the same humbleness as you. Because what can't happen is a dissension amongst folks who you think feel like they more greater than what the purpose is, man. And sometimes your purpose, it's way bigger than you. So you got to climb a ladder to achieve it. And the only way to do that is step in faith, man. So don't forget to have faith in what you're doing. Make sure you channel your energy properly, and y'all stay tuned and follow us for the future. You heard me? So say that, man. Alhamdulillah. I'm Ty. I'm checking out, and you already know what it is, man. It's Think Different Podcast, and Sore Thumb is the product. Stay tuned.